Welcome to Spider-Verse Minute, the tri-weekly podcast where we watch Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse 1 minute at a time. I'm Caroline Slater.
And I'm her brother Sean.
Today we are talking about minute 108. It starts with the co-producer's credits and ends a minute later with the supervising animator's credit.
What did you title this minute?
I have titled this minute, All the Spider Activities.
Yes, we do get quite a bit of them.
There's a lot. Starting with one of my favorites. A tiny Spider-Man running along a larger Spider-Man's arm, seeming ready to fight.
Yes, it's like Ant-Man versus Goliath when he's both of them. Yeah, this is when it starts getting into the wacky.
Into the world of absurdity, and we love it.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting bits in this one.
Yeah, there was one thing I actually wanted to ask you, because you would probably have the knowledge on this. Right after we see Tiny Spider-Man trying to fight Big Spider-Man, it falls to Big Spider-Man's wallet, and there's a bunch of pictures in it. In the background, I noticed some drawn Spider-Man. Is that fan art?
That is related to the kids' drawings from the cemetery.
Okay.
Technically, it's fan art, but it's the kids of the artists.
Yeah.
So, like, they were kind of voluntold to do art.
Voluntold. Okay, I was just curious. And we do see some great pictures of Spider-Man. Many of them with himself.
Yeah. I don't think the wallet pictures he has, at least I couldn't find anything on whether they are references to images, but they definitely feel like they're referencing something.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Like, I feel like they're referencing something. I just don't know what. Maybe somebody knows. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe they were just having fun.
I do like the falling out of them is we start to see the Miles's "Hello, my name is" the action poses, and then it falls down, and as they sort of fall on top of each other, we get the really cool action bits of him moving along there.
Yeah, honestly, this entire credit sequence does a really good job of almost making it feel like a one shot in a way.
Yeah.
Like they do a really good job of just smoothly transitioning to these other things.
Yeah, it definitely does feel like that. And it they transition, even though they transition from one distinct scene to another, there's not hard cuts between those transitions.
Like, a great example of this happens in this minute, and I think is the concerts that happen.
Yeah.
Like, we go through, there's a concert with all these Spider-Men, and then Gwen's on stage. Which, I love that because it just makes me think of how she's part of a band in the comics, and I'm like, it's nice, I love that. It feels like, that one feels very deliberate and like a direct reference to that.
Oh, definitely. And
then they felt like they should just kind of play off of that, because then it switches to Spider-Noir, where they're playing, the sax and stuff.
Yeah, they're in, a big band version with, the sax, a bass, and a piano.
Yeah, and then it switches to Spider-Man doing it, and I'm like, oh, so that's...
I feel like he's just ripping off of Gwen's aesthetic there, because he's also in a rock band.
Oh, probably.
Now, his band is slightly different because it's a 4-piece band, whereas Gwen's here is only 3. But in the comics, she is in the traditional 4-piece band.
Well, and we see that in her backstory in the movie, too. That she at least played drums. We didn't see, how many members of her band there were, but we saw that she played drums.
In the comics, there's 4. It's MJ, her, and 2 other girls. I forget their names.
Yeah,
I'm a terrible
person. Also blanking on their name.
But, yeah, in the... at Gwen's concert, in the crowd, we see 3 different types of Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. We have the Spider-Man from the PS4 game. Mm-hmm. We have what looks like the Secret War black and blue Spider-Man suit.
I noticed that one.
I kind of like that one,
yeah.
Just from the bits we've seen in this movie as stills and stuff. We have the classic vintage Spider-Man suit, which is what the majority of them are in this. And then we also get the inverted suit, so the on the normal Spider-Man, the blue parts are red and the red parts are blue.
I always feel like whenever they do the inverted Spider-Man suit, it sticks out so much.
Yeah. And that, I think we had, when we saw this one in the case way back when, I was unable to figure out which Spider-Man this is. But in between then and now, I was able to find what I believe it's referencing, and it's Webman. Which is like the mirror version of himself, and that one has the inverted costume. It is, yeah, and it's an inversion of the vintage classic costume. And the other thing with this dance that going on with Gwen is that the Spider-Man are dancing to the Dancing Spider-Man meme. This end credit scene is full of internet memes.
So many. To be fair, there are so many Spider-Man internet memes to pull from. We love a movie that embraces the memes of its source material.
And clearly this is the best concert because it's Gwen. Oh, wait, sorry, I totally lied. Gwen does have 4 members in her band. In the minute, one of the guitar players kind of is in front of the drummer, and so I missed her.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, like we had said before, the transitions in this are great, and I love how they go through their legs to transition, and like it bubbles down a bit.
Speaking of transitions, we get to my favorite transition in the end credits, where it starts with a bunch of Spider-Man cooking spider ham over a fire in the traditional, roasting a pig way.
Real quick.
Go for it.
This is what inspired me last minute when I was saying I feel like these are sort of trickster, evil-ish spider people, is specifically because of these 2 bits right here.
You know what? This is fair, because during the rotation of seeing all of the different Spider-Men trying to cook spider ham, it then transitioned to suddenly a bunch of spider hams cooking Spider-Man!
And I love how some of them have like knives and forks in their hands all ready to go.
The thing that makes it for me though is Spider-Man actually has the confusion exclamations over him, as if he too is confounded by how this has happened.
Yeah. I got a very big Ewok feel from this.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
And Spider-Man is obviously Luke in this situation. Well, maybe not. Luke was pretty calm at this point, but yeah, I did enjoy this. And then it there seems to be a door, and we just zoom through that little opening in the wall and just completely ignore what happens to this Spider-Man.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Doesn't matter. Next thing. And then it cuts to this mountain and valley filled with just Spider-Men.
Yes, all on rollerblades, having a good time.
A conga line starts, and I instantly think of this very specific video. I'm pretty sure a lot of conventions do this, especially the bigger ones, because there tend to be so many people who are cosplaying Spider-Man, or at least a version of Spider-Man, where they'll just kind of start a conga line to any song, and if you're a Spider-Man and you see the line, you just kind of join in. It does not matter which version you are. You join the line.
Yeah.
And it might be some of my favorite things I've ever seen at conventions.
And we get a bit of that in this here as well, because inside of the conga line, again, we get the inverted suit. And this one's a bit more obvious. The other inverted suits kind of blend in the crowd.
The inverted suit is actually what made me instantly think of those conventions line, because he's still Spider-Man and he's still welcomed in the line.
Yeah.
We don't discriminate in spider people here.
We also do, though, get in the background of a couple of them is we get some of the other spider suits just standing there, and so we see the Spider-Man with the cape just standing there motionless like a statue. And then we also see a black and gray suited Spider-Man standing there, or he's at least moving around dancing in that as well. And then we also see the Secret Wars suit again.
One of my favorite things is that if you look in the background of this scene, near the end, you can see a Thanksgiving Day parade style balloon of the Spider-Man with just little nubs for appendages.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the Spider-Man just laying on their sides in the sexy pose.
Yeah, Yeah, I don't know how else you would describe that, but yes.
The last thing that I noticed in this is we see another of the alternate spider suits just standing there kind of creepily. This time it's Iron Spider, or the Iron Spider suit, off to the side. Yeah, he's just standing there.
You know what I like to picture now with all of these alternate suits in here? Is that they have come through the Spider-Verse and are just kind of there, upset and like, why didn't I get to come along on this adventure, guys?
Yeah.
Like, come on, I would have supported the cape or something like that.
Yeah.
So now they're all just trying to make amends. Some of them are chill with it, like the inverted spider. He's chill with it. He's like, I'm cool with it. We're having a conga line. We're partying. I'm good. All the others like, no, I'm still a little upset. Do you have anything else for this minute?
No, that's all I had for this minute.
Yeah, that's all I have for this minute as well.
Well, then thank you for joining us. Tune in next week to continue on with these credits. If you want to reach out to us, you can find us on Twitter at SpiderVerseMin, M-I-N, or you can find us on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook at Spider-Verse Minute. If you want to send us an email, you can shoot one on over to podcast@spiderverseminute.com.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.